coverage continues now. How city leaders are handling this latest development.
That's right. The 19's Brian Crandall tried to get answers from the superintendent, and he talked with the mayor. He's live in Providence with their responses tonight. Brian?
The mayor, who wants to be governor, tried to strike a balance tonight between taking a tough stance on what happened, but not criticizing the superintendent's handling of the matter. The superintendent, meanwhile, put out a statement announcing the resignation and those new policies that Katie just talked about, but she didn't want to answer any questions about the departure. Nancy Stevenin, now gone from her $94,000 a year administrative position with the Providence schools following the I-Team investigation. Superintendent Susan Lusi announcing the resignation in a statement late Monday and not willing to deviate from that statement when I talked to her. Was she pressured at all, or was this on her own?
The statement stands for itself, but I appreciate the opportunity.
Lusi said last week that Stevenin had been put on a corrective action when the questionable degree was discovered in February. But Lusi also said then that it was not the right move to let her go. Are you concerned at all or disappointed that somebody did this, or do you just not think it's a big deal?
I'm going to let my statement stand for itself.
It seemed like there wasn't a whole lot of concern from the school department about the credentials of this administrator.
I've done a number of interviews on this topic.
Was she forced out?
Let me just say that, I mean, she turned in her resignation and we accepted it, and I think that it was appropriate. I said,
Mayor Angel Tavares now weighing in.
This is certainly a very loud wake-up call for us in the city and in the school department to make sure that everyone has the proper credentials. I've spoken to the superintendent, and I think that it's important that we make sure this never happens again.
But remember, Lusi was willing to let Stevenin stay. Do you think it would have been okay to leave this woman in the position she was in?
Well, as I said, I mean, the superintendent is a superintendent that I support. She has my support. I think that the decision today was the appropriate one, and we now need to move forward and make sure that this doesn't happen again.
The head of the Providence Teachers Union told me tonight that she's gotten hundreds of messages from her teachers concerned about a possible double standard, that if they're required to be certified and qualified, then administrators should too. The president of the union tells me that it would have been difficult for Stevenin to stay on, giving this cloud hanging over her. I tried to reach Nancy Stevenin, but there was no answer at the last address we found for her. Live in Providence, Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News 19.